Welcome everyone. Today we are gonna hack into Tr0ll3 machine. So let me give you a little introduction about Tr0ll3. It's a Linux based machine with some sort of vulnerability in it. So we're gonna have to exploit it, and we're gonna have to find the vulnerability, and then we're gonna have to escalate the privilege to gain the root access and then capture the flag. So it's very simple. So without further ado, let's get started. I'm just gonna change my workspace and open my machine here. Now I already have Tr0ll3 installed here. I'm not gonna go with the whole setting up the environment kind of thing here, because it's gonna take a lot of time and this video is already gonna be pretty much lengthy. So I'm just gonna start it, boot it up. And don't worry about the link, I will give this in the description. You can download this video and install it by your own. If you don't know how to install a virtual machine, you can always look up on Google and YouTube. There are plenty of videos that are gonna help you. So here we have some login information. The username is start and the password is here. But first thing is first, we're gonna have to find out the IP address of our machine. So I'm gonna type net discover and specify my network interface, which is WLAN 0 in my case. I'm just gonna hit enter, and okay, so we do have something here. This is my machine. Now how do I know this? Because I know the MAC address of my machine, but if you don't know your MAC address, no, don't worry. You can always look at the host name, which is PCS. It should start with the PCS and then the jibber jabber. So the main thing here is IP address. We're gonna have to focus on this IP address. This is how we're gonna access the start user. So I'm gonna type SSH and the username is start, and then the IP address, I'm just gonna paste it and hit enter. Now it's asking for the password. Now remember, the password was here, so I'm just gonna type here and we are in. But it's not over, it's the start at Tr0ll3. We need root at Tr0ll3 in order to capture the flag. So we're gonna have to keep exploiting, keep finding strange things here. Okay, I wanna check what's in there. So there's blue pill and the red pill. First I'm gonna open up, change my directory to blue pill, and ls in there we have a file named awesome work. Now first I need to know what kind of file is this, so I'm gonna type file and awesome work. So it's saying that it's a text file. Good, they're harmless most of the time. Cat awesome work, enter. Okay, in this file we have a link. Now I don't trust these kind of links, and I don't recommend you to trust them as well. So what I would do is I would copy this link and unshorten it, because it's the shortened version of link. So I'm just gonna open my browser and type shorten me and open it. Okay, now here I'm gonna paste my link, and it's gonna give me the full form of the link that is shortened. Okay, So it doesn't look like a harmful file. I can open it here. How do you make a hacker waste time? Seriously, guys? Okay, so it's a troll machine, so basically they are doing their job. No problem. You got us. I'm gonna go back, and this time I'm gonna change my directory to red pill, and here I have another file that says this will surely work. Now again, I'm gonna have to know what kind of file is this, so I'm gonna type this will work, and it's a text file again, so I'm gonna type cat and this will surely work. We'll see. So it looks like we have another username, another password here. This time the username is step 2 and the password is password 1, and then this mark again. Okay, I'm just gonna copy the password again. Open a new terminal. SSH step 2 at the IP address, which was 192.168.2.65. I'm gonna hit enter, and then the password, I'm just gonna paste it here, and permission denied. So they have trolled us again. Okay, it's not funny anymore. I'm gonna go back here. I'm gonna go back to the home directory. Now what else we can do? Well, we always have one option. We can look up for any executable files or any kind of files with the permission of 777 using the find command. So let's do that. Okay, so I'm gonna paste this command here, which is doing basically what I just said before. It's gonna find the type of the file which has the permission of 777, which is read, write and execute. I think, I'm not sure about the last part, don't take my word for it, but I think that's the whole idea. So I'm gonna hit enter and let this find command do its work. Okay, we already got one file, which is whiteshadow.cap. Now cap files are very fun. You can open these files using TCP dump or Wireshark. So oh, we have another file, goldstar.txt. Interesting. Alright everyone, we have two files. I'm just gonna copy these files in my Kali Linux machine so it would be easy to analyze. I'm gonna copy the route and I'm gonna use secure copy, and then the username, which is start, and then the IP address, which is 192.168.2.65, and then colon, and then I'm gonna specify the path. And after that I'm gonna put a dot here so it would copy in my root directory, and then I'm gonna hit enter. It's gonna ask for the password again. The password is here. It's copied successfully. Now file number 2. I'm gonna copy the SCP start, and then 192.168.2.65, and colon. After that I'm gonna give the path, and then dot again. Password here. Okay, so now we must have two files here. Yes, as you can see, we have goldstar.txt and whiteshadow.cap. Okay, so now what can we do with it? We can analyze the cap file using TCP dump -NNTTTAR. These parameters are to make it more readable. You can always look up in the documentation of TCP dump for knowledge. Okay, lots of packages, lots of deauth packages, and I see 2 MAC addresses, I think. Okay, so everything is in gibberish. I don't really get it. Well, it's a cap file, so we cannot expect much from it. But here's something we can do. We can analyze the second file, which is goldstar.txt. Wow, 3 million, or more than 3 million word list file. Wow, this is gonna be interesting. You know what that means? It means we're gonna have to brute force it. So we have the cap file and the word list. Now if you are an intermediate or an expert pen tester, what the hell are you doing in this video, man? If you're not, I'm gonna tell you exactly what to do from here. So you can just wait, let me just exit this first. I'm gonna type :q. Okay, now I'm gonna type aircrack-ng. I'm gonna give the word list -w for the word list, and then the goldstar.txt, and then the file that I want to crack, and I'm gonna type enter and let the aircrack-ng do its work. So it's brute forcing, and it's brute forcing with 4,600 keys per second. It's not bad, and we're gonna have to wait for 10 minutes. So you know what this means, guys? It means that it's a coffee break. I'll see you on the other side. Alright, so we do have a key here. This one, I'm just gonna copy it, and now it's a good news and bad news kind of situation here. The good news is we have a key. That's obvious. The bad news is we don't know what the hell are we gonna do with this key. Well, of course I'm kidding. Of course we will figure out what are we gonna do with this key. Now just look at the files here. We have whiteshadow.cap. So something tells me that our new user is gonna be White Shadow. I'm gonna copy this as well, and SSH and White Shadow IP address, and then I'm just gonna copy this password, paste it, and wow, we are in. So at this point, I think you already know what I'm about to do. I'm gonna look into it. I'm gonna look into the home directory to see what we have here. We have a file ofun. So I'm gonna type file and ofun, and it says that it's an executable file. Okay, let's execute it. Ofun, I'm crazy like a lynx, and it's an infinite loop. Good. And I believe you. So the links here, I think, is a clue. Okay, let's see what else do we have here. Let's check for the permissions. Sudo -l, the password of White Shadow, which is Okay, so it's saying that we can use Nginx as a service here using this account as a root user. That's the bottom line. So we can run something as a root. Now how do we use it in our favor? Well, first things first, we're gonna have to go to change directory etc and ng, sorry, it's etc and nginx, and okay, we have lots of folders and files here. I'm gonna open sites.enabled and look what's in it. Default. I'm gonna open default file, and it's listening on port 80. And what else do we have here? Oh, links again. Good. So I'm pretty sure now we're gonna have to use the links in order to gain the access. So how do we do it? Well, I'm gonna open a new terminal here. But first, we're gonna have to check the status of our net stat in order to check that which port is listening and which isn't. So -antp. Okay, so we have some IP addresses here, and then the state of those IP addresses. So 3 are listening, 2 are established. Okay, now let's start the Nginx server. I'm just gonna paste it and let's start. Okay, it's running now. Let me type the netstat command again so to see what changed here. Okay, now we have port 8080 here, so it's listening on port 8080. Good. And now I'm gonna use links and http colon dash dash slash and then the IP address, which is 192. Oops, what's going on? Links. And the port is gonna be 8080. And wow, I think we have another user, another password. So I'm gonna copy this user here. Let me copy the whole thing here. Let me copy the password, and I'm gonna open a new terminal. SSH. So the username was GEMPHLUX, and our IP address, which is 192.168.2.65. Okay, it's asking for the password. I'm just gonna paste it, and good. Another user. Now, okay, we have two files here, Melius and Malleus, or Melius and xlogin. So let me open the Melius first. let me check which kind of file is this. Melius. It's an RSA key. Interesting. Let's cat Melius. Yes, it is a private key. I think we can use this key to access another account named Melius. So I'm just gonna copy it. Oh wait, let me copy the whole file. What's our directory here? Okay, home. I'm just gonna copy the directory and split my screen and scp. The username was genphlux and the IP address 192.168.2.65 and the path of the file, which is this one, and then the file name, which is Melius, and we want to copy it to the root directory. So the password was, what was the password? Wait, yeah, h9 something. I'm gonna copy it and I'm gonna paste the password. Okay, it's copied successfully. Now all we have to do is just change the permission of this file, and we can do this using chmod 600 Melius. Boom. Okay, so now let's look into the xlogin file xlogin. It's a text file, so I'm gonna type cat xlogin. Okay, it's some HTML code here. Xlogin. I don't see anything special here. So now I'm gonna use the public key that I just got, sorry, the private key I just copied. So SSH, the username is gonna be Melius, and the password, instead of using the password, we're gonna use the key hyphen I and then the name of the key, which is Melius, and enter, and we are in. Another user. So it says that don't even bother, like we're gonna listen. File, don't even bother. Executable file, I saw it coming. Let's execute it. Don't even bother. Oh, it's asking for the password. Password. Let me just type the password of Melius account. No, the account before that. Paste it here, and wrong password. Okay, we can type strings to look into the metadata of this file, and then don't even bother. Now we have lots of things that do not make any sense. Correct password. Where is it? Oh, there. I'm gonna copy it, and this time I think I'm gonna get it. Oops. Paste, and boom, the password is correct, but my reward is just knowing it. Wow. So let's see what else do we have in this user LAH, sorry, it's hyphen LAH. We have don't even bother, we have profile, we have SSH. Yeah, this one looks a little suspicious to me, so I'm gonna cat dot vim info, and I'm just gonna open it, and here you can see the password. That's always suspicious. Password line. Okay, this is password for something. I don't know what it is yet, but it is for something. So let's check for the permissions. Sudo with the recording, so but don't worry, I'm gonna continue where we left. Okay, so we were trying to check the root privilege, and we don't have password from alias, but we did have a password from the .vim info file, so I'm gonna just paste that password here, and boom, it's giving us something here. So it's saying that we can run don't even bother file as root. Interesting. So what we are gonna do here, we're gonna just copy the path and remove the file using rm command and paste it here. Now in my case I've already removed it, so it's saying that no such file or directory. Now we're gonna have to create a shell using C programming, and I'm just gonna copy it so it would have the same name, bi paste .c. So this is the code we're gonna have to write here. I've already pasted it, but you guys can just go ahead and copy it, and that's it. Now I'm gonna save and quit. Okay, so the next thing is we're gonna have to compile this code. So how do we do it? gcc don't even bother.c, and the output is don't even bother. Now remember, it has to be same as here because we only have permission for this specific file. Oops, I think I made a mistake. Okay, now we are gonna specify the output, which is gonna be don't even bother ls don't even bother. So now sudo don't even don't even bother. Okay, I think we are on in the root. We're gonna have to type who am I. Yes, we are root. Finally, change directory to root. See what's in there. Yes, ladies and gentlemen, we've got the flag. I'm just gonna type cat flag dot txt, And there is the flag, proof that the less hash, or I don't know, I don't even care at this point. The thing is, we got the flag. Thank you everyone for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.